Welcome back to another episode of the WSSB. Today I'm joined by a colleague of mine, not a colleague, but a friend of mine. Due to coronavirus, we are not allowed to see each other anymore, so thank you for that. How are you doing today,
Yeah,
bro?
good so far, bro. I had a wonderful morning. Just got up and started drawing and shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, just out of curiosity, how late have you been going to bed?
Until 1 a.m.
What the fuck are you doing all the way up till 1 a.m.?
I don't know. I'm either watching videos or playing on my Xbox.
That's tight, that's tight. How's it going with
Okay.
drawing and all that shit?
Oh, that's pretty good. With my passages that I'm doing, it's going great. I've done 2 seconds so far, so I'm trying to bump it up a little bit.
And kind of explain what your passage is, I guess, if you want.
So my passage is basically I'm trying to do a short animation. So I at first we thought about doing like an extreme detailed fight with a character fighting another one,
Yeah.
but then like we realized that it was like too hard, especially for only one person that's doing the artwork. So we immediately just switched to stick figures.
Okay.
So we're just like doing like one character's one color and the character's another, and we're just like making them fight as we go, and that's it.
Okay, and you're doing this
We're gonna
project.
make.
You're doing this project with someone else, or is it by yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing it with Gio. Gio's like the contrastist. He's like going around asking animators for advice and stuff. While I'm doing like the artwork. We're gonna start doing a YouTube channel. We're gonna start making videos of how we're doing the animation and like our struggles and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you should send me the link so I could put it up. Anyway, how is it going with like while doing this passage? I know since we're not really allowed to go outside, how's it? Is it hard contacting Geo, or have you kind of been messing around with it, having to do it by yourself and all that?
Right now I've been trying to do the artwork by myself, but I haven't really been in contact with Gio yet. I think he's still with his mom, after
Yeah,
her mom
yeah.
getting surgery. So I guess he's kind of busy sometimes. So like I don't try to bother him as much.
Hmm.
But uh sometimes I'll ask him like, oh, is this going all right, or did you get the emails back? Because damn, it take a long time to
Yeah.
fucking respond.
Sometimes they don't even respond, bro, because they think it's just like
Yeah,
a prank or some shit.
but yeah, so far everything's looking the way I want it to be.
That's good, man. That's definitely good. So I know I kind of brought this up earlier, but what have you like really been doing over your break? Like just drawing, or have you been doing other stuff?
Well, I've been trying to organize the plan. So like, I wake up and I eat whatever. I play a couple hours in my video game. I work out. I study for the SAT.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I do my drawings and then I go to sleep.
What's it called? How early do you wake up?
I wake up like at 9 or 8 sometimes.
Damn, bro. So what? You're going to bed at like 1, and you're waking up at 9, so that's like 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I mean it feels great. It's
Yeah,
like
that's good though. I know you have a job. How's that? How's this coronavirus?
um, it's like it's affecting it because it's making the shift shorter by an hour, which is like the So right now at my job, what we're doing is we're making the residents go quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, all I have to do is go go to my job, make them the food, and take them to them.
That's it.
So that normally takes up to like 2 hours,
Oh,
two
okay.
hours and a half around there. Normally it takes four,
Yeah.
but yeah, it shorts it up for a ton, and like my check is getting lower, and I'm like, trying to buy all this shit,
No, that sucks. Well,
and
when you
yeah,
mean quarantine, like what do you mean? Are they like in rooms, or are you not even allowed
yeah,
to touch them?
they're in their own rooms. Yeah, we're not allowed to enter the rooms in any way. We let the nurses would make like get this little suit on or whatever, and they give it to them.
Oh, they give the food?
And if they ask for anything else, we'll give it to them or whatever. But yeah,
Dude, that's kind of crazy. And are they in these
yeah,
rooms by themselves or like with others?
yeah, they're by themselves. They have their TVs and stuff, but like it's still sad how they're like alone.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
Personally,
they're old. they're old people, bro. Like
That would be hell for me, bro. I wouldn't be able to do that.
I know, and like imagine being on your room your whole day for like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
just looking at TV and shit, not doing anything. Most likely reading a book. That's it.
Well, what's it called? I was hearing on the news recently that some stores allow only for old people to go in at earlier times, like at 7 or 8. But the crappy part is apparently like 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds are trying to sneak in. So while it's like the old people only time, 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds sneak in and buy whatever they want, kind of possibly infecting the old people. So it really sucks for them.
Uh, that's pretty stupid for them to do that. I mean, let's be honest, old people do not have the strength like younger teens or adults have. Like
Yeah.
if a person wants something, they could easily take it away from an old person without like caring. Um, I really love how they're doing that with the old people, but like how there's still those people that try to sneak in and shit is just really stupid. Like
Yeah, it's
you
pretty
have to
messed up.
share because these people are really delicate to the virus, so like you have to give that respect to them
Yeah.
to let them buy their whatever they want because it's not fair for you entering in a zone where a whole bunch of old people are trying to fight for them to survive and for you just to go in just because you want to be greedy.
Yeah. How often do you work?
Um, I work Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays now.
Oh, so just 3 days?
Yeah, normally I did 4, but like my mom told me to like cancel shifts and stuff, so I was like, all right, then I'll just work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She was like, all right.
Yeah. Are they running low on employees or no?
Yeah, a lot of them. Right now we lost like 10 servers. It's
Damn.
going crazy. Like, most of them were college students.
Mm-hmm.
There were college students here in CU, but like, you know how CU closed down and quarantine and stuff, and most
Yeah.
of them don't even live in Colorado.
Yeah, they don't.
So they almost all of them quit and went back home.
Yeah, that really sucks. So
Yeah.
since you haven't really been working, have you, I guess, self quarantined yourself or whatever?
Um, kind of. I mean, my mom is really overprotective about me, so like she's not letting me out as much.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of get it, but like it's kind of a quarantine for me. I mean, I could still go out and I could be like, "Oh, mom, can I do this?" She's like, "Okay, just be careful or whatever," but not as much as often as she used to.
Like like if you wanted to see one of your friends, would she let you or no?
Oh, probably yes. With if it's a friend that she knows, then she most likely will let
Yeah.
me go.
Does she ever get scared though that that friend potentially has like the coronavirus and it'll come to you, like spread?
Well, she knows that it doesn't affect young teens as much as it does to elderly, so she's not really that worried about it.
Yeah.
But she's still in that zone where she's like, oh, like I don't want you getting the family sick or whatever. So
Yeah, I feel that. Do you have any
just
like?
be careful.
Do you live with your grandma or anything, or like anybody at risk?
Uh, no, no, not now, not really. Well,
Uh,
no, I don't actually. I don't know. Yeah,
I guess yeah,
they're all
no,
in
that's good.
Mexico right now.
What's it called? Actually, I've recently been hearing that 20-year-olds and like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, a lot of younger people are starting to get it. Not teenagers, not still as much, but like 20-year-olds are definitely starting to get it now. So people are kind of
Me,
afraid that that teenagers might be
yeah.
at risk. Yeah, yeah. They haven't been dying from it, but
Um.
yeah,
Oh well, they get it, but they haven't been dying.
yeah. There's
Well, I mean, isn't that the point of the symptom of the flu though, or the coronavirus? Isn't that like
well, I don't
anyone
know
could
if
get it, but like you just don't want to die, right?
yeah, like I
Like
know the flu can
that's
kill
the
you for
point.
sure, but I don't know if it's as like menacing as the coronavirus is right now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anyone could get the coronavirus. Like right now, I'm pretty sure that every state is gonna get it. Like there's not gonna be any single country or state that's not gonna have the coronavirus. Like at some point, we're all gonna have it.
Yeah, that's for sure. The
Um.
only state right now, I knew it was like Alabama and another one, but right now the only state that doesn't have it is West Virginia.
mm,
So
Like
it's kind of funny.
every single country is gonna get it either way. Like it doesn't really matter, but like the way how they want to like the way they want to fix this. Have you heard of the chart? Like how they want to do the little chart or whatever?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like they want
So
to lower the
basically,
chart. Yeah.
yeah, they want to lower it. They don't want to make it hit peak, or else so many people would die. But it's being kind of taken care of. The only problem is like how there's like shorter shifts and people not going to work.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how does that affect like their billing status, or like, do they have to pay for bills? Like, is the government helping people with that? Like, there's people that have to pay bills are barely making enough money to pay them. Like,
I think.
is the government helping or
Well, from what
no?
I heard, I think Donald Trump said that he was actually gonna start giving money to those people who aren't working, but that was gonna affect
Mm.
our. I don't know if it was our economy or our just way of life somehow. I forgot how. But yeah.
It would kind of it would hit our economy a little bit.
Yeah. Well. Right.
And one of the things that mostly affects is teachers, because teachers are not working right now.
Yeah. No. Oh well, actually, since our school has kind of been delayed, it was supposed to go all the way up to April 6th, but now they're pushing it back all the way to April 19th. They're
Oh,
deciding,
really?
yeah, if we're gonna get an extra
19?
week. Yeah,
Oh shit! Damn, bro.
yeah. So,
Oh, that's why. Did you receive the email about the SAT starting like March 9th? I mean April 9th.
wait, they're starting April
Um,
9th. What does that mean?
yeah, like there's gonna be different sections of people going in or whatever. The SAT practice is gonna like be on March 20th and March 23rd, so people could get on and practice or whatever.
Okay, so we're gonna have the SAT April 9th?
Yeah, it's gonna be online.
Online?
Yeah,
How the hell does that work? That's kind of weird. Whatever.
that's what I said, bro. I really don't like doing tests online. Like it gets me like frustrated. I'd rather see a test on paper. Like it gets me like I don't know, makes me want to do it more than online on
Yeah,
the screen.
yeah, definitely. What's it called? But right, yeah, they're deciding to push back school, so a lot of school districts are actually making teachers do it online now. So we're gonna have a lot of more. We're gonna have online courses and stuff. I don't know how that's supposed to work because I know some teachers are making like YouTube channels and then kids are gonna watch it. But then at the same time, if a kid's in front of a TV or like a computer or phone, of course he's probably gonna get distracted. You know,
Yeah, right away.
like I would immediately be like, "Nah, I'm gonna look up a YouTube video or some shit."
Yeah, yeah, that's most likely what people would do.
Yeah. What's it called? I was just looking up how many people are expected to get it, and it's between like 40 to 60% of the world. And right now in Spain, 80% of people are actually expected to get it. So
Damn, that's a big ass number.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure a lot of their old people or old population has actually already kind of started dying from it. So it sucks.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen a lot of posts of people's grandparents dying. That shit's sad, but
Yeah, it is sad, dude.
there's like it's like people saying that it doesn't affect teens, it shouldn't matter, but like there's still those other people that are a big impact in people's lives, and we shouldn't forget about that.
Yeah, no, for sure. A lot of Italians are kind of talking about it, how Americans aren't like over exaggerating it yet, and that how we should be because it's gonna get really serious here soon. But we just think it's nothing serious, if you know what I mean.
It's what I hate is the way how people freaked out immediately. Like people went, they went to the supermarket buying toilet paper.
Yeah,
um,
I don't understand that. If you would buy everything, wouldn't you buy food? Why would you buy toilet paper?
yeah, I would buy food, soap, anything that helps with hygiene. Like toilet paper isn't gonna affect you much. And what the government is afraid of is blackmailing. Like, there was a video on, I think it was Facebook, where a dude bought all the Clorexes,
Yeah,
went online and started selling them twice as much as the price, and people were buying it. And so what the government doesn't want is that, because if people like start buying all that stuff, people would immediately be losing their money, and other people would be gaining more money, which is messed up because you can't find it somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
my mom couldn't find her beans. I was like, bruh,
But
everyone took her beans.
it's funny. That kind of sucks though, because then imagine those people who didn't like get the toilet paper in time. They're probably running out right now.
Yeah, and you can't like it's almost impossible to find some dude. Water, all the waters that are plastic water bottles, they're all gone, dude.
You serious?
All of them. In King Supers, the one that's nearby, none. There's none left. No more water there. Um, and Walmart, one of the Walmarts didn't even have any more toilet paper. They were almost out.
Dude,
Target ran out of pills, other painkillers and stuff. Medicine run out. All the shelves were empty. One of my friends in California posted in Snapchat,
yeah.
and she showed one of the rows completely empty. Yeah, the way people are doing this is kind of intense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people should be freaking out as much.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, dude, like this shit's crazy. Like I don't understand why people are freaking out as much as they should be like that.
Yeah, personally, they shouldn't be freaking out as bad. But I went to what King Supers like a week or 2 weeks ago, like when this first really started. And when we wanted to just go check out the toilet papers, there was absolutely nothing, dude. It was complete.
Really? You
Yeah, it
didn't
was.
find anything?
Well, we couldn't find any toilet paper, and they're barely restocking now. But they're limiting people to like 2 rolls per person, or like one
I
packet.
mean,
Sorry, but yeah,
that's like better, bro, compared to like people just buying a whole bunch of them for no reason.
yeah.
I
Uh,
mean, the way my family gets toilet paper, we get it from our job. Like, or they let us grab some if we want some. So like, we have a whole box of toilet paper chilling.
do they have like extra, or is it just?
Yeah, they have like extra, and they're like, "Oh, here you go," and we'll be like, "Okay." I'm sure we take it.
Yeah, I feel that, man. Do you feel like this is gonna grow any larger than it already has, or no?
I have a feeling that it's gonna last until April, like the whole month of April, and then it's kind of gonna get lower.
Yeah, it's been predicted
It's
that it might
gonna
last all the way up till next year, or like at the very end of
next
this year.
year.
Yeah, because they haven't even found
Well,
a cure for this yet.
oh, you're talking about like the coronavirus in general affecting people?
Or like people being warned to stay in quarantine.
Oh, that? No, I feel like that's gonna last until May, dude.
May?
Yeah, where like, people will start going back to work and stuff.
Yeah. Well, some people haven't even
But
what's it called? Stopped working. But yeah.
well, I mean, teachers
Oh
are
yeah,
not working
teachers for
anymore.
sure. At that point, how is that going to affect the school year? Like, think about that. Does that mean we would have to do some of the next grade next year, or well, next school year, or
Ah,
you
that's
know,
crazy to think about.
especially 12th graders, they're going
Like,
to get screwed.
ooh, oh, damn, that does kind of affect
Yeah,
like graduating year and stuff.
yeah.
Online classes, and not a lot of people like online classes, to be honest, especially at home.
Well,
If
no,
it's at
dude.
home, I guarantee you people are not going to do it.
Well, dude, if it's at
I'm
home,
pretty
I
sure,
think I'd rather be cleaning my room than taking a stupid
yeah,
online class.
like people would most likely like be distracted easily in their house, but like if they send us to the school for a couple hours during the online classes, we would most likely have better progress than being at home.
Yeah, that's for sure, dude. Right now in our particular state, it went from it was like 221 cases yesterday, and then by the end of that day yesterday, it went all the way up to 277 or
Oof.
70 something. So
But these are cases, right? They're not confirmed.
no, yeah, no, these are confirmed.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's what doctors are more scared of. They even come out and say that they're scared of losing or having way too many patients with the coronavirus, and this thing's spreading way too
Mm,
much to the point where they're not
yeah,
able to properly take care of
help
everybody.
them.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's what the government is trying to avoid. They're like they they want to minimize it as much as they can, so they could like actually help the people that has the coronavirus. because they're not only gonna help people that have coronavirus. You know, there's people that are sick. You know, there's still stuff going on around the world.
Yeah.
People dying. You know, there's people getting shot. There's robberies. There's so many stuff. You know, it's it's really hard because it's still happening, especially with this virus that's going on. It affects it twice as much because hospital rooms are gonna start getting full.
Yeah.
You know, there may not be any space for anyone else if this keeps on going the way
Mm.
it is. If it keeps on growing faster and faster,
Yeah.
um, they really won't find a solution to it. Right now, they're trying just to minimize it as far as possible. You know, keep people away from each other.
Yeah. And well, it's not even like a
But
law yet. I know over there in Italy, it's like a law, or like they make sure that
yeah,
you get fined and all that if you actually leave your house if you don't have one of those slips or whatever. But
yeah,
what's it called? They haven't yet started doing that here, so people are still allowed to go out and roam, and that causes a lot more people to get infected or be vulnerable to the
yeah.
coronavirus.
Especially the people that are not careful.
Yeah.
You know, wash your hands or whatever. Sanitizer works, but not as much as soap does. Soap is way better. You know,
And people talk
if
about
you're
the
going, if
they
what?
talk about like washing their hands and all that, but I'm pretty sure, or I think it was already confirmed that the coronavirus is airborne. So a lot of people like washing the hands is what most doctors say whenever something big happens. Like if you get the flu, wash your hands. If you're, I don't know, you get infected with something in a cut, wash your hands. But like with stuff that's airborne, it's kind of hard to just wash your hands and expect yourself to be like all nice and healthy when, for all you know, you could already have it, and it just takes a while to actually show.
Oh, well, yeah. That's I don't know, dude. Like, I was, well, I don't really understand how like the washing your hands things work, but like the thing I could say is, keep yourself clean.
Yeah, you should
Like,
keep yourself clean, like
shower every
yeah,
day, or
shower.
like, stuff like that.
Shower if you haven't already started doing that. But yeah, but
Clean your room, make sure everything's nice and clean. Your house is clean at times.
yeah, um, the coronavirus has a incubation period for. It says it takes about like a week for it to actually show. Or no.
Yeah.
The incubation period is 2 to 14 days after exposure, after getting it. So, for all you know, at this moment, you left to go to the grocery store, right? And this,
Mhm.
and you don't know if this person is sick because they don't even know if they're sick yet. And then they breathe in the air. Obviously, that's the only way to stay alive. Go back to their house. A week, maybe even 2 days later, they're sick. They think they just have the flu. It could be allergies. But then it gets to the point where they can't really breathe and they have to go to the hospital. And they're waiting in a line full of a bunch of other coronavirus patients trying to get treated, but they can't because there's so many people with the coronavirus or COVID-19.
Mhm.
So that's definitely a large issue. And I feel like that's why they definitely want you to self quarantine because they don't know if you don't even know if you have it yet. And if you do, try to keep it to yourself or go to the doctor right after you find out.
Yeah. Um. It's really crazy how that is. Like, the reason why people are getting so sick is because people don't know if they're sick or not, or don't know if other people are sick.
Yeah.
Because the symptoms are so close to the flu, so we don't really know if it's either the coronavirus or the flu.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why people are kind of scared because they're like, "Oh, you have flu symptoms, but we don't know if it's coronavirus.
So people always,
Which one is it?" And you don't know. And the only way you can know is to go to the doctor. But like, doctor's offices are full, so like, you can't really do much except just be home all day.
yeah. Well,
Wait until it chills out.
oh yeah, definitely wait until it shows up. My brother was telling me when we were still in school, one of his friends just they started coughing, right? And this was when
Mhm.
coronavirus was barely kind of appearing in our state, but the teacher like threw herself back in order to not get coughed on. And I just thought that was kind of crazy because I felt like it
Well,
was a little
yeah,
over
it's like
exaggerating.
it's like you lose your friendship. Like
Yeah.
you lose connections to people like you used to.
Well, people
Like
become or what?
have you heard of the Red Scare?
The Red Scare?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when communism or whatever. That's basically what's happening, dude. Like you hear a dude that thinks he has coronavirus, and you will step away from him right away. Like you would completely lose friendships with a friend if you find out that he has coronavirus or
Or
something.
like if you even
Um,
suspected that he had it.
yeah, you would immediately be like, oh well, I have to stay away.
Yeah,
No
definitely.
more friend time. But I mean, I kind of get it. It does affect a lot of people. So this is this is understandable.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like people should like not over exaggerate over that. You know, it's I don't want to say it's going to be fine without knowing that if it is, but
Mhm.
it can, it might turn be fine or whatever.
Yeah, it's like imagine the flu was barely discovered. People are obviously going to freak out because they don't know what it
Yeah,
is. They do it more out of fear than anything else because they want to understand it before they actually catch it themselves, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
But yeah.
Basically, what happened with the flu and the Black Plague or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about the Red Scare and how I guess back then, like in the 1900s, I don't know the specific year or years, but people were what's it called, afraid that their friends were communists, and they were ratting them out
Hmm.
to the government, and then the government like interrogated them, and I don't know, did whatever they had to do to get the answer that they wanted out of them, and it eventually led to kind of chaos in society.
Yeah, um, like you could easily tell someone that they were communists and they would believe you.
Yeah,
Especially people in color. They would be like, "Oh yeah, he's a communist. Let's do whatever to him or whatever." You know,
yeah,
it's something that shouldn't have happened. You know, the president should have like thought more clearly about that. You know, putting the whole world, the country in panic was not alright.
yeah, dude. We'll put
It's like
everybody in panic.
like he would say like, "Oh, if he reads stuff about communists, he's a communist and shit." And it's like
Like it was
that's
just out
not
of
really
yeah.
that's not like really the way to put it.
It was more
Like
just
you
out of
can't just
curiosity at that time for sure because they didn't know what was happening.
yeah, and they thought communism was a really bad thing.
Yeah, they treated
They
it like
thought
a
it was like a
virus.
monster. Yeah, it was basically almost like a virus. Like people were freaking out that if you were a communist, whatever, you have to stay away. It was like, dude,
It's like,
just because the way someone thinks doesn't mean that they're bad people.
well, we got
More
people like people are at this day and age are able to be more outspoken. Like, for example, Bernie Sanders. Like he's
yeah,
outspoken about being a socialist, and everybody's well, most people are okay with it, especially because he's running
yeah,
for president, and he has a lot of advocates that say he should be the next president instead of Joe Biden or Donald Trump, if you know what I mean.
mhm.
But yeah, I know it's
So yeah,
hard right now,
and
especially
that's
because of this.
yeah, it's a bit hard on people, especially people that are extroverts.
Oh yeah,
I feel
because
like that affects them a lot.
they can't see their friends or go out to the mall or watch a movie.
Yeah, and the malls and stores have been closing at 8 this time. If you haven't noticed,
Well, what's it
some
called?
stores like 7-Eleven still is still up until 12.
Oh, are you serious?
Gasoline King Supers closes at 8. The gas station closes at 8.
Well,
They're like
something
in and
good
out
has
of
kind of come
shift.
out of this though, because due to all the stock prices kind of obviously going down. Uh,
Yeah, they went down
yeah, went down really
when
bad. The oil prices
when
have
the stock
gone down too.
when the stock market crash happened. Everything went down. Like as of right now, everything is on red still.
That's not
Some
good,
of the
dude.
stuff is on green,
Yeah,
but like most of the stuff is red.
yeah, no, dude. I know Disneyland or Disney in general is going to lose a lot of money because they recently released a movie Onward, and
Yeah,
not a lot of people are going to go watch it, especially after this whole
yeah,
coronavirus thing. So
yeah. Honestly, like people are not gonna want to leave their houses, especially of how freaked out they are. So it's a lot of companies are losing money. Like a lot of CEOs are stepping down because
Yeah.
of the amount of money they lost.
Well, what's it called? It says right here. Oh, geez. AMC theaters are going to be shut down for the next 3 months. So that's
Oh
all the
my
way up
god,
till
dude.
like June, practically.
Yeah,
So
like
a lot of corporations and movie production studios and all that, they're going to be losing so much money. It's not even
yeah,
funny,
they're
bro.
gonna be losing money because people are not gonna be seeing the movies or going to the movie theater.
Yeah. Well, that's why a lot of people think, you know how like 5 years ago, maybe even less than that, a lot of people thought that movie theaters and all that would kind of be ending due to like Netflix and Hulu online streaming.
Yeah.
So a lot of like Disney and all them, a lot of
Hmm.
uh online streaming places are actually planning on putting the movies that were supposed to be released in theaters on the
In
streaming.
their app.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That would. That's. I mean, it would work, but it kind of wouldn't because the moment you pay the trial, you like automatically get all movies free.
Hmm.
So if they posted it, they would basically be watching the movies free unless you paid for it.
I feel like they would probably just try to get more viewership, obviously, but try to get more people on their streaming service because I know not a lot of people are kind of on Disney Plus right now.
Yeah,
Maybe with like the Hulu deal because that's what I'm on right
yeah.
now. But a lot of people don't really like Disney Plus because it doesn't have a lot of options, and if it does, most of those movies are also on like Netflix or Hulu. So it's like, what's the point?
Well, almost all of them. Like, there's a lot of um movies that are not in Netflix that are in Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Especially like the old ones, like Hercules or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All those movies are like not in Netflix anymore. So like that's why people bought Disney Plus so much. But like it went down because all they really did was watch movies and some like Discovery channels and stuff,
Yeah, for sure.
and that was it.
I know a lot of people wanted Disney Plus only because of the hype behind The Mandalorian. I don't know if you've ever watched that.
Yeah, The Mandalorian. Yeah.
Yeah, you watched it or no?
No, I don't watch it, but I knew that was one of the reasons why people like bought Disney Plus,
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it
and
either.
it was
So
cheap, $7,
yeah,
cheap for almost for all the movies that were in Disneyland. Yeah.
is it still cheap or did they raise the price?
No, I think it's still $7. Yeah, it's
Uh,
still $7.
yeah, but what's it called? When Disney started losing a lot of money, especially after they shut down Disney World and Disneyland and all them craps,
Hmm.
and apparently one Californian visited Disney World, I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but oh yeah, it's still $7 per month. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he had coronavirus and he actually died from it. But before he died from it, he went to go visit Disneyland. So I'm guessing a lot of other people probably got infected too over there. So that sucks for them.
Yeah. Was you confirmed that he had it?
Yeah, he died from it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he was only 34
Whoa.
years old, dude. Man, I'm telling you, a lot, a lot more young people are dying. Even if you don't consider 30-year-olds young, they are pretty close to teenagers.
Yeah.
But yeah. What do you feel like is
Well,
gonna?
that's what's kind of scaring people, like, um, of not knowing what's the difference between the coronavirus and
Yeah.
the flu is. Like, they're both really closely related.
Well, what's it called? The flu
Like,
killed a lot of people too.
yeah, it killed a ton of people back in the days, but like the moment we found the vaccine, everything is under control.
Yeah.
So that's basically what's going to happen is what happened with the flu. We're all going to freak out. We're all going to go on a spree buying shit.
Hmm.
They're going to find a vaccine, and then it's all going to chill out.
Damn. Hey, you want to know how many people died from the flu? All the way from October
Uh,
1st of last year to this year of March.
Uh,
23,000 to 59,000 flu deaths. Compared to coronavirus, that's a lot. It's a lot more
oh
deaths.
yeah,
And
and that's what like kind of makes me not freak out as much about it
yeah,
because it's like it's not gonna kill me, of course,
yeah, for sure.
but
Well, this coronavirus is like a
I'm just
stronger version of another disease. I don't know which one,
yeah,
but people are a little afraid because these diseases are starting to mutate, becoming stronger, and we don't know if we'll be
yeah,
able to combat that, especially when it reaches like a type 3 level. Like that would be pretty
yeah.
scary.
If the coronavirus was able to mutate right now, all the data they had for the cure gone, everything.
Yeah, yeah,
They
dude.
have to restart from scratch. They have to get the disease again, redo the cure, whatever. It's a real struggle to find the cure, bro. And if it mutates, oof,
Yeah, well,
that's a
eventually
big
it'll
L.
mutate. I know for sure eventually it'll mutate, but it depends
Yeah,
in what time is it going to mutate, and at that time, are we going to be able to combat that, or is it going to be another
yeah.
Corona time? Oh God,
Cause
another coronavirus type situation where everybody's afraid and they don't know what to do except stay at home.
yeah, cause at this moment, the thing that weakens the coronavirus is heat. That's why Mexico doesn't have as much as any other country has because it's just so hot over there. But if the coronavirus is able to mutate to resist heatness, boom, gone. Mexico, boom, right
Yeah,
there has coronavirus
yeah, for
immediately
sure.
and starts spreading incredibly because of the amount of people that have it.
Yeah, I I know that the doctors right now are trying to develop a cure for the coronavirus, but I don't know if that's actually working out due to them having a lot on their plate now. But
Yeah,
hopefully they figure out a solution, and if they don't, I don't know. It's gonna be kind of crazy. Hey, did you hear about Kansas?
Kansas? Nope. What
Yeah,
happened?
they completely shut down their school year.
Oh, Kansas? Damn, bro, they wilding over there.
Yeah, that's why I feel like a lot of things, like possibly like the SAT and all that, I feel like they're gonna get delayed because SAT has to be done about around all of America, and if not all Americans can do that, that kind of screws up their plans. If you know what I mean, like you know.
Yeah. So I feel like this is why they're trying to make it online.
Hmm.
Um, this is why I want to make classes online and stuff,
Yeah.
so people won't be stuck doing nothing.
Do you feel like that's gonna
But
happen around the country where people are gonna just stop doing the whole face to face school, but instead maybe online for the rest of the year?
yeah,
Do you feel like it'll last for the rest of the year or school year or like no?
this whole no, I feel like it's gonna last. Yeah, probably until May. It's
Yeah.
gonna last all the way until May, most likely.
A lot of people right now are debating on whether schools are gonna push or extend their year, but others think that they won't only because imagine if this disease doesn't calm down, of course they might just shut down school. So,
Yeah,
and I don't know if they could really do that, especially with like summer school and the next school year. That would just kind of cause them to reorganize their calendar for the next year.
yeah. That's like kind of hard to debate because you can't really tell the future. You
Hmm.
can't say this is what's gonna happen or plan what this is gonna happen because
Hmm.
anything could go wrong. It could either the coronavirus could chill out or it could just go out.
Yeah. Well, since it hasn't,
So
go
go ahead.
ahead. No, no, you go ahead. Go. It's all good.
No, no, you go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say that talking about the Italians again, they were saying that they were feeling these exact same symptoms where only mostly old people or people below or above 20, 30s were getting it and dying from it. But then eventually it hit them to where 20-year-olds and even some teenagers were getting it and they were dying from it. And they were actually like getting really sick and sorry, they think that this is what's going to happen to America where we're going to get it pretty bad and it's not going to calm down for a long time.
Well, I mean, were were they prepared for it? Like, were they being quarantined? Like,
Yeah, yeah, they even quarantined their people.
no, like during that time.
Oh well, at that time it wasn't like really a major thing. Like you know how we were hearing about it, it was all the way over in China, and we thought, it's not gonna come over here, but then it did.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Oh, so they weren't prepared for it, right?
They had an idea of it, and I think they might have been like semi prepared for it, but no, not really, not like to a large extent.
Well, I mean, we were prepared for it. I mean, what we're doing now,
Yeah.
but not as much as prepared because, like, as you can see, people are not working. People have to pay bills.
Hmm.
What's gonna happen with all this stuff?
Yeah.
But
Eh,
I mean, what we're trying to do is to not let people go out as much as they used to.
yeah. No.
Businesses are closing down and stuff. So
Hmm.
we're kind of helping it, but we're affecting it at the same time.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. If you could go back in time and warn yourself like a month ago, before, or maybe a little longer before coronavirus really hit the United States, what would you say in order for them to be prepared for when it did?
Ooh, that's a hard ass question. Not gonna lie. Um,
Or what do you
to
feel like you
prepare
could have?
myself,
What do you feel like you could have done better to prepare yourself?
um, probably mostly plan what I'm gonna do. Over the whole case, what what well, I mean, I really don't know, like, what I would tell myself, like, oh, just stay in your room.
Yeah,
No, I mean, we already bought everything that we needed. So what else could I have done if I knew what was gonna happen?
yeah,
So like I would go tell Italy, oh yeah, you're gonna get fucked over this coronavirus. Watch out. Or it wouldn't matter. Like countries will still get it either way.
yeah, for sure. What would you do if one of your siblings or family members got it?
I would tell them to go in the room. Like no, I would try my best to treat them, but like I wouldn't get so close to them to the point where I would get it. Like
Yeah,
I would tell them to, how you cure the flu. Basically, you lay down, you sleep for hours, drink juice or whatever.
yeah.
Basically, what I would do to my family members. If they need any assistance with anything, whatever. But mostly to stay in their rooms.
Um, if you got it, what would you do to not kind of expose yourself to other people where they would potentially get it too?
Kill myself. Hi. No. Basically, what I would do to my siblings, I would tell them that I'm sick and I would stay in my room or whatever. And I would only tell them to contact me whenever they actually need my help or whenever I need their help
Yeah,
to something. That's basically all I would typically do because there's not much you can do. You can't go to like a hospital. They're gonna get full soon.
yeah.
It wouldn't matter. So the best thing to do is to stay at home.
Well, how would that work if imagine like you were locked in your room because you got it, and your mom,
Hmm.
how would your mom like give you food and then like what's it called, not be contaminated?
Well, she could quickly give it to me. I mean, without me coughing on her or whatever.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just try best to avoid contact, basically, or like leave the food on the ground and I'll grab it or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, what's it called? So I was recently watching this movie called Contagion. It's kind of going a little. I know a lot of people are kind of watching it only because of the coronavirus. It's like about a disease that kills people and shit, and they're just trying to find like the where it originated from, and it also originates from China, surprisingly enough.
Of
But
course.
yeah, but like when the doctors when they're trying to figure out where it came from, they look at like cameras or video footage of when people interacted with each other, like even shoulder touching or they're touching the same plate or anything like that. Like, if do you feel like that's possible with coronavirus? Like, imagine your mom gave you a plate of food and it was a glass plate, so of course she's gonna get it back. You give it back to her, but you both touch the plate, so then she possibly gets contaminated. How would you try to avoid
Yeah.
that?
wear gloves, protect yourself well, basically. I mean, it's a hard question because there's not much you could really do about anything. Like touching everything will make someone else sick. So
Yeah,
best thing to do is just keep clear of your hygiene
yeah,
because we don't
definitely.
really have an answer right now. Not even doctors do.
No, they don't. They really don't at the moment because they just they just don't know what to do. Like even in our parents' lifetime, this hasn't really happened before. Maybe they've been
Yeah,
prepared for like the Cold War or wars, but like a virus going this viral, this
that's
is
what's kind of crazy. Like the countries have been preparing for war, or if it ever comes up, making nuclear weapons and stuff.
yeah.
But we've never prepared for anything like this, like the coronavirus stuff. Like
Hmm.
we've never prepared for anything that will affect us this much. Like we
Yeah,
never planned anything, but we planned so much for war and for something that's probably not even going to happen.
we planned so much to be prepared for when we went against each other that we never thought about an enemy that we never could that we like you know what I mean, like you couldn't an enemy you wouldn't actually visibly be able to see but can affect you a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, basically, dude. And it's like it's really crazy how we advanced so much for war, and this virus is affecting us so much.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy too because before schools and theaters actually started going kind of crazy about this whole coronavirus, it was kind of going at a slow pace. So like 30 people every day started getting coronavirus. It went from like 30 to 60 to 90. But now, since we're in quarantine, it's actually gone up a lot higher, especially in our state, going up by the 50s and 40s now instead of just the 20s and 30s. So I feel like that's kind of, it's a bit
I feel
ironic
like
for sure.
the thing that affected it was how people went out on supermarkets
Hmm.
and immediately started buying stuff. And people were basically fighting to buy stuff. So a whole bunch of people started going to supermarkets, buying products. And that's like the place where people will get coronavirus because the amount of people that are and the amount of
Hmm.
people that touch stuff
Yeah.
is what makes other people get coronavirus. So that's probably one of the reasons why a whole bunch of people got coronavirus the moment we turned quarantine, because the moment we turned quarantine we were like, we need to restock, we need to buy so much stuff
Yeah.
for us to survive these months. So immediately people started getting out of their houses, buying products to help them survive. And one of the reasons why people started getting it so much because of the amount of people that were scared of not preparing for such quarantine in time.
Yeah,
So like
definitely.
if the government was able to say we will turn quarantine in this date, we would most likely take it more carefully. Like people would be like, oh, I have enough time to buy these products, or I could shop online.
Hmm.
It would kind of be more better if they warned us instead of just directly saying it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you brought up the point of the whole people are now just mostly going to supermarkets and maybe malls and stuff like that if they haven't already closed down. But I feel like you have a point there that people are kind of now forced to go to these specific locations, and because a lot more people are grouping up in those locations, it's being able to get spread a lot easier compared to when it
Yeah,
was more like kind of all over where you could go to the mall, movie theaters, school, wherever else. But like now, since there's only specific locations you can go to, those locations are more
yeah.
at risk.
Basically, like the shutting down in schools really affects it.
Yeah.
Parents are probably taking their kids to the stores and stuff, and like you said, these are like specific things. So like if they're telling them to go to specific areas, people will get more sick because of that, because
Yeah.
it's only a one to go area to go. So like people would immediately go to that area, and people will start bunching up. More people will start entering, touching stuff,
Hmm.
and they would just get more sick because of that.
Yeah, definitely. Since a lot more people are staying home, a lot of them are, or a lot of kids, I know especially, a lot of teenagers are getting bored. So just like other stuff. Like you remember the mannequin challenge?
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if it's specifically called the Corona challenge, but I know there's a challenge going around where like you lick stuff, like like you lick handles and shit like that. I don't know if that's still going around, but I know that was a thing or it is
Oh
still a
my
thing.
God, are you serious, dude?
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
what is what is our world, bro? Like, why do people think this is funny?
I think like the worst one I saw was where someone actually licked the toilet seat. And
Oh, was it a woman?
I think so, yeah.
Dude, I saw it too. It got me so pissed off. It's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like, what's your point? What are you trying to tell people? Like, stupid, dude. Like, it gets me so mad. Like, why would you even think about that?
Yeah, like
Like, we're
what's
trying our best to avoid it here. You're basically saying, "Oh yeah, I don't care,"
kind of saying like,
and it's like, I hate how people play around with it.
yeah, kind of tempting the virus like come and get me, boy.
Yeah, basically. And when you get it, you're gonna start complaining, and it's like, dude, this is your fault.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Start crying under it. Oh my God, I got coronavirus. Doing it's like, dumbass, it's your fault for licking the toilet seat.
It's kind of crazy how far people will go to finally like to not be bored or just become viral at that point.
Yeah,
It's a little much
it's
when you
just.
start licking someone's hand or fucking handle.
I thought you were joking around that when you texted me yesterday. I was like,
Ye-
oh, this isn't happening. But then, like, I scroll on Instagram, dude, and
Yeah,
like,
no. Sadly, it's not a joke. People are actually doing it for the views and just for the challenge itself.
fucking TikTok, man.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if TikTok is it still like a very popular thing or is it just like
Yeah,
it's just
dude,
there.
people, people are so different.
Yeah, dude.
People are like downloading that, trying to be famous and shit.
Mhm.
People are
Mhm.
wild, and bro.
Yeah, definitely, bro. What's it called? It's I don't have TikTok personally, but it's kind of crazy when I hear about like teenagers making a whole crap load of money just because they're getting like 18 million views or like
Yeah,
people are putting
it's
in
like
this. Yeah.
it's like it's the same with video games. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but with Fortnite, they make
Mhm.
competitions sometimes where if you win like $1 million, and
Mhm.
that's like kind of crazy because
They're all like kids.
like people would get less connected to school because of having the chance to win $1 million for winning a game.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it makes people want to play more video games and actually stay focused on school.
Yeah.
Not targeting video games. I mean, I love video games, dude, and I play them. But like, to the point to make a competition and to win money is what makes people want to play the games even more.
Yeah. I don't really play video games, but I do got to understand like what's the big deal behind that? You know what I mean? Like
Um,
why love video games so much?
why I love them personally, me, it's because of making memories with my cousins and friends.
Mhm.
I've
Mhm.
always it's for me. It's always been a way to relax myself. Like when I get mad or something, I would
Yeah.
immediately go to video games and play them, and it would get me happy or whatever. It would. It's basically like music. It would change your mood.
Yeah, definitely.
For
I
me
know.
personally, that's the reason why I use video games. I don't know why other people use them,
Yeah.
but making memories with my friends, you know, chill, chill out, relax.
Yeah, man.
Don't want to be freaking kicking everything. So I just use video games to relax myself.
Yeah. Well, personally, I feel that whole music thing. Like it kind of
Mm,
blocks out the whole rest of the world. You can't hear anybody else. You're just listening to your music. You're just vibing out, and
yeah,
you could just finally relax and get rid of all of the anxieties of the world and all the pressure they put on you. So yeah, definitely.
yeah. That's why. But it also depends the music because music does have words that could hurt you.
Yeah.
So it's like um some type of music can make you get even more anger or just make you want to cry.
Oh, like it can manipulate your emotions, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's the power of music. There, like it can make you think so many stuff
Mm-hmm.
while you're listening to it, or like because I
Yeah.
used to be like that. I mean, I used to listen to Suicide Boys and some other stuff that they said were personally affecting me. And, I would get mad. I'd be like, bro, like what the fuck, like why is this happening or whatever. But
Like
it's like
you, it would cause you to
the
get like,
negative effects.
yeah,
It's like the negative effects is what affects you. Like if you listen to a song that's like really negative and
hmm
it impacts you a lot, like it's going to hurt you. Like you're going to feel the feeling, and you're gonna get even more mad.
yeah,
So it
definitely.
also depends on the music that you listen to.
hmm Yeah, no, you're not wrong about that for sure. Because I know, especially if you're like, imagine you're depressed. I don't know. Imagine a scenario where you're depressed and all you listen to is sad music. Of course, that's not gonna help you, especially mentally, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's a lot easier to put yourself down compared to lifting yourself up. And
yeah,
that's what a lot of
because
people, young people, have an issue with.
yeah, because music can hurt you. Like words can hurt you so much without you knowing. Like
Yeah.
it. I'm not saying for people to stop listening to that music. Of course, like you have your own interests and I have my own. But like if this is affecting you, you know, try to switch up your music. Like there's a reason why you're getting so mad. Like the words a person says can affect you so much.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say to those kids who like them that they can't stop listening to that type of music? What else could they do to help them?
Um, I mean, it all comes down to the person you are. Like for me, the reason why I changed was because of Miguel. Like he brought me to J-pop and K-pop, so I immediately felt a connection with the type of music in it, and it made me happy. I was like, oh well, this makes me happy, and so I'm gonna keep listening to it, and it brought my mood up. So
Yeah.
it all depends on you basically. You can't really give advice because you like because it's something that it's kind of hard to explain.
No, no, I get you. I get you.
Um, it's like a power that you could only hold. Like
Yeah,
no one
only
else can control it except you because it's only your feelings.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Do you speak Japanese or no?
Yeah, I speak a little bit. Like I'm still in level 2, so
That's cool. And
I could like introduce myself and stuff.
like from that perspective, how is it different from listening to like American or like music in English compared to music in a completely different language?
Well, for me, I don't see much different into them. I focus mostly on the rhythm more than the words. So like how the bass works or
Or
stuff
like
like that.
just
But
the beats in general, production and all
yeah,
that?
like the beats in
Yeah.
general. That's like my most focus towards the song.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Like Blinding Lights. I
Oh,
love that song because
uh
of its rhythm.
by the
Like
weekend?
yeah, like
Yeah.
the rhythm. Like it's basically what pumps you up is the rhythm. Like that's what gets you moving,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
and that's why I like it.
I know he recently released a new album called After Hours. I got to go give that a listen, but Blinding Lights for sure. I definitely like that song.
Yeah, and it's just so cool. Like the way he made the rhythm and stuff, the
Just like
bass,
yeah, pop.
the keyboard. It was just so nice.
Would you ever be interested in making music or no?
No, I mean I've played instruments before,
hmm
but I've never looked at myself on making music or looked myself in the future to
Yeah.
making music.
What type of
It's always been sorry what?
oh no, go ahead.
I mean, it's always for me. It's always been drawing. Like the moment I found my hobby and what I truly like, I immediately try to master it. And so the moment I knew drawing was one of my hobbies, I am literally trying to master what I can
Yeah.
so it could help me in the future.
And when did you figure out that drawing was a hobby of yours?
It was in eighth grade.
You just started
In
drawing and
eighth
you're like,
grade,
boom.
yeah, I started drawing around eighth grade,
Yeah.
but I didn't make it official until ninth, until freshman year, where I
Mm.
said, okay, we're done.
What
In
type?
eighth grade, I basically opened the door to drawing,
Yeah.
but I didn't draw as much as I did in freshman year.
Mm. What type of things do you draw?
Mostly anime, but I like to go on Disney, Pixar, or anything else
Yeah.
that I basically draw almost everything
And would
that I like.
yeah. Would you ever want to work for Disney or Pixar or one of those movie
Yeah.
studios?
Um, I want to go to an art college and get like a bachelor's degree
Yeah.
on art and like on animation. I mean, and I want to work to either one of those companies.
And when did
Pixar,
yeah.
DreamWorks, or Disney would be all right. That's
I know Pixar
wonderful.
definitely has a really good animation
Yeah,
studio.
like Coco, when they released Coco, oh my god,
You feel like a
the
personal
amount of
connection?
detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of detail they had on the anime. I mean, on the movie, not anime.
Bruh.
It was just so great. Like they connected it so much to the Latin culture. It's
Yeah.
just good.
They really felt what it like they really connected how you said to it to the Latin culture and really understood
Yeah,
understood how it felt and just how it operated, I guess you could say. But yeah.
yeah,
And when did you
and
decide
that's
to
like the power. Like
no no no.
uh, that's the power of animation. Like animation can make you view so many things, and like it really connects you as a person. Like
Yeah.
you knowing that you made the art and stuff, just it's just fun.
Yeah, it's definitely fun because you know you made it yourself. No one else made it but you did.
Yeah,
When did you decide
of course.
taking to take art as such a like a serious thing?
When did I decide to do it?
Or like when did you decide to not just make it a hobby but rather pursue it as a career?
That was more towards the end of freshman year. In the beginning, it was like, oh yeah, I could draw, nice. But like once like my family told me like, oh, like this is something you're good at, like why don't you try hitting this as a career?
Mhm.
I was like, oh well, maybe I should. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't really find what else I could do good, so I was like, maybe this could actually work. Like this could I could fix this into a career and I
Make it
could be
yours.
happy.
Yeah, yeah. What would you say to the people who don't know what they want to pursue or don't know what their future career is going to be?
One of the things I could say is to try a whole bunch of new things. If you're not really exploring what you want, if you really don't know what you want to do, explore what you want to do.
Yeah.
Go out, try a whole bunch of new things. Try studio, try drawing, try whatever. You could try filming,
Mhm.
but until you feel that connection, that's when you could start saying, "This is maybe something what I could do. Like, this is something that I'm really good at. Maybe I should do a career out of it."
Mhm.
you know, it all depends on what you want to do and how you feel about that. Because you could work in anything and feel depressed as hell and hate your job, which is not a
Yeah.
good thing. So
Yeah.
like, don't force yourself to like something that you want to like.
Yeah, no, definitely. Just kind of push yourself out of your comfort zone and do something
Yeah,
new. Even if you might not like
I
it at
know.
first, but if you don't like it at
It,
all
it
eventually, then just drop out of it.
yeah, like if you don't like your destiny, don't accept it. Like if you don't like where you're going and you have a feeling that this is not taking you where you don't want to, then go ahead. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to leave what you did to put your effort into it. It's really okay. Like
Yeah, definitely.
It's okay to start from scratch. Like it all depends on how you feel. You don't want to force yourself to work on something you don't want to do anymore. I know you wasted a whole bunch of time on it, but like if it truly doesn't make you happy anymore,
Just
don't do it.
yeah, don't do it. Well, I was like thinking about that too. I was thinking if you don't like something, or I was telling myself, I was I was saying I won't be doing anything that won't make me happy anymore. If you know what I mean. Because why
Mm.
waste my time on something like that? Like obviously school doesn't make me happy, but I know the big end result is gonna make me happy because eventually it'll hopefully get me to the career I want to be in. But
Yeah,
like everything else, like hobbies and all that, don't do it if it doesn't make you happy or if it doesn't help you in like the big end goal. If
like
you,
the best spot to start is when you're a kid.
yeah,
Like where when you find what you actually love is the best way because if you start too late, you might end too early.
yeah,
So like try to find your hobby or what you like the fastest you can and start grinding from the beginning because if you're too old and you know it's not you're not gonna have as much time as you have when you were a kid because when you're older, you're trying to pay bills, you're getting jobs and stuff,
yeah,
and you're basically forcing yourself to work on something you don't want to survive, basically.
yeah, definitely, dude. I don't know, man. You just strive to be. If you don't even know what you want to be, strive to be the best person you can be. If that's
Yeah.
if that's maybe you having always being sad, strive to be a better person by not always being sad. By trying to
Mhm.
change. Even but don't at the same time don't try to fit other people's expectations. Because imagine this
Yeah.
person expects you to be a doctor, but you don't want to be a doctor. Don't be a doctor. Don't do it just because they expect you to be a doctor. Do what you want to do,
Yeah.
but also do what's healthy for you by going out.
And
Obviously,
that goes
yeah,
and that kind of goes for parents because parents do have control over childhood. Like they could force someone to do what they want them to be.
hmm,
So like my mom could be like, "You're gonna be a doctor. You're gonna study for this," and you would basically force yourself to do it because your mom paid for everything. So you're like, "Oh well, she wasted so much money, so I might as well have to do it."
yeah,
And that's what like kind of gets me sad because it makes children not really find who they really are and just go forced on who they who someone else wants them to be.
yeah, yeah. You're definitely right about that. They can't fit in their own expectations because they're too busy dealing with everybody else and with the pressure that's put on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, when you were young, what did your parents want you to be?
Well, my parents have always told me to be whatever I want. They always told me um to to figure out what I want to be and they would
Yeah,
support me to it. Like they never told me I want you to be a lawyer. No, they always said I want you to I want you to make yourself proud and make me proud.
yeah, yeah. You just gotta make sure that you love what you do, even if
Hmm.
others don't.
Yeah,
Unless you're a porn
that's
star,
basic.
please don't be a porn star, bro.
Oh my
You don't
god,
want AIDS, my
they get
man.
a lot of money though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, dude, what the fuck?
Fucking,
No, but yeah,
like
no, but this is
yeah,
definitely
that's
a good note to kind of end on. To do what you
yeah.
love, and hopefully, while you're stuck inside, try not to get the coronavirus. You figure out, you investigate what you love to do, or you figure out a hobby. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think during this time, someone was finding the length of gravity or something. So
Yeah.
use your time wisely.
Use your time
Don't
wisely
go
because
around.
you're not always going to be young.
Yeah, like use it wisely. Don't be on your phone all day. That's a bad habit.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, you know, do do what you need to do in order for you to succeed in the future.
Yeah. And what do you feel like people could do to not always be on their phones?
Well, one of the things you could do, I don't know for younger teens, but for me, I work out or I try to study for the SAT, or I either draw
Mm-hmm.
if I want to. I do my passages,
Yeah, definitely.
something that makes me active, so I won't just be sitting on the couch all day.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I sit on the couch a lot too, right? Especially right now when there's nothing else to do. I'm just sitting on the couch
Yeah,
on my phone.
that's why I like to extend my hours. So I'm like, oh, you're gonna do an hour of working out, 2 hours of drawing, and then 4 hours of passages and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, eventually you go to work, get your ass to work.
Just keeping yourself busy.
Yeah,
And
making yourself plans.
keeping yourself from like just roaming off onto your phone and doing a bunch of other
Yeah,
stuff that might not actually help you.
yeah. So yeah, use your time wisely. Think about your future on what you're doing during this time. Like a lot of people expect a lot of things from you, even if you think they don't.
Yeah.
So make yourself happy.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, but that's definitely a good thing to talk about because a lot of people don't really talk about that nowadays, and they'd rather just come up with excuses like they don't really understand what teenagers are going through and all that. But yeah,
Yeah.
so this is definitely a good note to end on. If there was one thing, one thing you could say to the world, maybe a country that hasn't even gotten the coronavirus or don't know what they do, what would you say to them?
Um, Stay safe and wash yourself every day.
Okay. Well, this has been another
Yeah.
WSSB podcast, and thanks for joining us, bro.
All right. See you guys.